Iguanas are undoubtedly some of the most fascinating reptiles on the planet. From their incredible diving abilities in the waters of the Galapagos Islands to their impressive speed when fleeing from predators, these animals possess unique characteristics. Not to mention their third eye, a curious detail that makes these reptiles even more extraordinary. In general, we can divide iguanas into 6 main groups. Among these are the Chacuala iguanas, desert iguanas, land iguanas, marine iguanas, spiny-tailed iguanas, and rock iguanas. As cold-blooded animals, they are found in the hottest regions of the planet, which include everything from the Mojave Desert to the famous Galapagos Islands and parts of Mexico. Although all have their particularities, the marine iguanas stand out for their exclusive characteristics. But before we dive into that subject, take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel. Your interaction helps a lot in continuing to produce content like this. Marine iguanas, which can only be found in the Galapagos Islands, are the only lizards that live in the marine environment. Yes, you heard right. They can hold their breath for over 10 minutes and dive up to 30 feet deep in search of algae. Some sources suggest they can stay underwater for up to 30 minutes without breathing. These iguanas are one of the largest species, with males reaching up to 5 feet in length. Depending on the island they live on, their colors vary, ranging from shades of red and green to gray. In the water, they have few predators. However, outside the sea, the story changes as they face several threats, including cats, snakes, and birds of prey. When faced with danger, iguanas are capable of running at an impressive speed of up to 22 miles per hour. And just like sea turtles, they bury their eggs in the sand, and the hatchlings must dig their way out and immediately run away from predators, like snakes. Collectively, a group of iguanas is known as a mess, a rather interesting word to describe these reptiles. The anatomy of marine iguanas is also adapted for their underwater lifestyle. They have a shorter snout that makes it easier to feed on the algae growing on submerged rocks. Additionally, their nostrils are connected to a specialized gland that expels excess salt consumed with the algae. They sneeze out the salt, creating a kind of white crown on their heads that gives them a prehistoric appearance. Interestingly, instead of using their legs to swim, they mainly rely on their flattened tails to move agilely in the water. Now, green iguanas, which are the most well-known, have a completely different lifestyle. Unlike marine iguanas, they prefer to live in trees. This means that when they are in danger, they often jump into the water and swim to escape predators. If they don't have that option, they have also been observed falling from heights of up to 40 feet onto solid ground and coming out unscathed. These iguanas can grow quite large, reaching over 8 feet in length, with half of that size being just their long tail. The tail, by the way, is a multifunctional tool. Besides serving for balance, it's also used as a defense weapon. If a predator grabs the iguana by the tail, it can simply drop a part of it to escape. Fortunately, the tail grows back over time. In terms of diet, green iguanas prefer small insects and plants, and their main enemies are birds of prey. To detect these threats from the sky, they rely on their third eye, known as the pineal eye, located on top of the head, which is capable of detecting changes in light and movement. Just like marine iguanas, green iguanas also have to deal with snakes. However, instead of facing smaller predators, they often have to deal with large serpents, like boas. Another interesting curiosity is that green iguanas are not always really green. Their color changes depending on factors like body temperature, social position, and health status. When young, they are predominantly green, but by the time they reach about 7 years old, they start to change to an orange or golden hue. Male iguanas have a kind of dewlap under their jaw, which is used both in courtship displays and to demonstrate dominance over other males. This structure also has a thermoregulatory function, helping the iguana balance its body temperature. When they need to cool down, they extend the dewlap so the blood cools faster. In the cold, they direct it towards the sun, like a small solar panel. Most iguanas also have spines along their backs, which function as additional defense against predators. However, some species, such as desert iguanas and Chacuala iguanas, do not have these spines. Desert iguanas, which inhabit the Sonora and Mojave deserts, have an interesting ability to change their body color between black and white, depending on the need to capture or reflect heat from the sun. These species are smaller compared to other iguanas, measuring about 2 feet in length. Finally, iguanas are very intelligent creatures. In captivity, they have been trained to respond to voice commands and are known for their social behavior. They are often seen in groups where they compete for the best sunbathing spots and, of course, for the females. So tell me, what other animal would you like to see here? Leave your suggestion in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video from Zoo Turtle.